Hey, welcome to the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with me, Iona Meade at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So welcome to today's episode. It is Contribution Freedom Monday on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. Every single Monday, I go live and I share my journey of visualizing, contributing in the world. And today we're going to be talking about life purpose-led business for spiritual business owners, for spiritual entrepreneurs, for light workers, essentially. If you feel like you have a calling, or the common thing is if you're not really clear on your soul calling, then this is the episode for you. This is what we are going to be talking about. Contributing in the world and launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy. It just absolutely lights me up to talk about this topic every single Monday. Have my red t-shirt on, which stands for Contribution Freedom. Today, if you are new to me, every single day I talk about a different area of our light work and our lifestyle. And so today is Contribution Freedom Monday. Tuesdays, I talk about health freedom, looking after your health while you contribute in the world. Emotional freedom is Wednesday, actually managing your emotions. And I'm going to bring a little bit of each of these into today's episode, I think. Managing your emotions while you contribute in the world. Environmental freedom is Thursdays, where you're contributing, how you're showing up, how you're speaking out, and how you're serving deep. What environments you want to actually be in while you serve, on and offline. Relationship freedom Friday. That is absolutely paramount to how we contribute in the world and leaving our legacy and running a life purpose-led business. I can't think of anything better. Spiritual freedom is Saturday, obviously, when we go through our awakening and we do our soul work and our shadow work, then we birth more light into the world as light workers. So that's Spiritual Freedom Saturday, bringing the spiritual essence into business and not even just putting our gifts out there, bringing spirituality into and the energy of that into money and marketing as well. And then financial freedom is Sunday on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. And if you are contributing in the world through a life purpose-led business, then the finances, I wouldn't say it will come. It's kind of building that business around that. Not kind of, it is building that business around that. So as we walk through each of the episodes for the Seven Freedoms Frequency, each of the segments, I talk about your vision, I talk about your values, and I talk about our vibration, raising our vibration, and living an intentional life. I'm all about intentional living. That is what I feel called to do. And when I've gone through my spiritual awakening, I used certain spiritual ascension tools, and now I share them. So I've gone through my awakening. I've used journaling and visualization for my spiritual ascension tools, and then I've alchemized that, created a system around it called the Intentional Living Codes for Intentional Living, and I share these areas of my life. When I went through my spiritual awakening over the years, many years, even when I didn't know what that was, I had awakenings in different areas of my life, and I'm going to talk about that when I talk about the card for today, and I talk about the book for today, talking about our shift in consciousness and what that can be perceived as a miracle. And I do actually believe that it is a miracle to be able to come through your awakening and then serve, right? So this is my journal. It's a notebook. It's called the Soul Legacy Journal, 365 Days of Your Spiritual Awakening Story, a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. And that is what we're here for. I'm here to support you as my life purpose-led business, to support you through your awakening. I didn't have that. Whether you've gone through an awakening, you're going through a spiritual awakening, whether you have come out the other side and you want to share your spiritual awakening story as part of your contribution in the world, then I have a co-author book series called the Soul Legacy Journal, Spiritual Awakening Stories of 365, a co-authored soul path to spiritual alchemy by light workers. And so I really do believe that we go through our awakening and we do all of our shadow work be in the darkness and birth light for a reason, to actually give back. I don't believe, hey, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from, um, where you are in the world. And if you are new to me, and do subscribe to the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona YouTube channel. So this YouTube podcast, again, for you just watching, talking about contribution, when you're contributing in the world, and actually what that means to you, and why you're led to figure out and discover your life purpose. For me, obviously, we're not taught this in school, right? One, we're not even taught business skills. I was, what is going on with it? Talking so fast? That's why. Hey, love. Good morning, beautiful. See, I'm on time just today. I want to make sure I'm streaming at 11:11. I didn't actually commit to a time before when I've done my lives. And I was like, as close as I can get to 11:11. I don't beat myself up. I'm later, that's fine. So we have Shamanic Soul Star TV, Cosmic Inner Healing, with us on the YouTube channel, on your YouTube channel, Kalini, lead soul guided instructor. My lead soul guided instructor, she's yours, but she's mine, for the Soul Legacy Academy and the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network and the Spiritual Woman Spiritual Women Entrepreneurs and Lightworkers Free Networking Call. All right, so it says, good morning and happy Contribution Freedom Monday. Yes, the contribution. Oh, see, I was like, okay, I never know what I'm going to say when I go live. I just show up, speak out, and serve deep, because I know the framework, and whatever's been going on for me, that's what I'll share. So, and whatever happens in the moment or on that day or in the last week, I will just share. That's why I teach, as my contribution is actually how we live and how we are in tune with our own life purpose, and whatever we are working on, whatever comes up for us, then that's the thing that we share. Now, a lot of people over the years have said, until you've got to the other side of something, then don't share it. And I do believe that you've got to have a certain level of mastery when you're sharing your light work and creating a life purpose-led business. You've already got a result. You've already gone through your awakening, gather your spiritual ascension tools, whatever they are, and alchemize, go through that spiritual alchemy process so you can give back. Once you've created a framework and what I call a soul signature system, you will go up and down in the journey along the spiritual ascension, and you'll have more awakenings, and you can share from that point, and that's your contribution. So I don't believe that we have to go through everything and come out the other side before we can share, because I think that's what's holding many of us back from contributing and birthing our gifts, like feeling like a fraud. I'm not perfect, like I've got wounds. And the book that I was listening to today, which I think that you'd love, I don't know if you've heard of this, Kalini, it's is it The Warrior or just Warrior, by this author, which I'm always talking about, this guy, Keepers of the Light, Cal Gray. I bought this book, and usually I will go on my daily walk. I'll do my morning routine, and I'll go on my daily walk, and I'll listen to an audible book. And so he was talking about doing the shadow work, which I know that you bring to the table, and you can support us in doing that shadow work really, really deeply. And he framed shadow work as a shifting consciousness, and miracles as a shifting consciousness, like going through and birthing more, like being in that doubt, being okay with it, and just shifting, and that healing. And I do believe that that is part of our life purpose, to actually show up raw and real and serve deep from the place of where we are, not pretend that we are perfect, because we're not. I don't know it, but I love the journey and gaining so many gifts from the darkness. Yes, and we have conversations about that, like all the things that feel like taboo subjects, all the things that people want to push behind closed doors and not necessarily come out and speak about. I'm here for it. I'm here for it as my contribution in the world. I'm here for it, and to talk about our emotions, talk about where we're vibrating at, and talk about if we're having an off day or an off moment, and talk about our high vibes, talk about our success. Right? For me, contributing with the Soul Legacy TV and spiritual business success with Iona, that's my YouTube channel, and I talk about success. Success for me feels like consistency, and that is consistently birthing more light. But in order to birth that light, we've got to have the contrast with and that's the darkness, right? Shamanic Soul Star TV says, oh, I love Carl Gray, one of my favorite authors. He's one of my favorite authors as well. And I haven't read all of his books, and I haven't even read Raise Your Vibration, which I absolutely will get. I was going to say should, but I'm like, well, that should, and the language and the words that we use should means I'm not going to. But yeah, Raise Your Vibration. My ex got given that book. And actually, the lady who I was contributing to when I was offline as a support worker, actually, she contributed to me discovering that I'm an earth angel. She said, "Oh, you're an angel," and I was like, "Oh." And then I don't know how it was, but we ended up talking, and I discovered, "Oh, I'm an earth angel." I didn't know. And then I bought the Keepers of the Light. And when I was in Twin Flame Union or coming into Twin Flame Union, she gave him the Raise Your Vibration book at the same time. I was just like really in awe of it because we'd gone through an awakening in our Twin Flame Union, and you go through all the things. And I'll share more of that journey because it has led to part of my contribution. And she came back into my world just the other day on Telegram. When anybody joins Telegram that's in your inbox, then they come up, and I was like, oh my gosh, how are you? And her boys, I contributed to them as well, and her boys are just so grown. It's like, wow, when you launch, lead, and leave your legacy and your soul and your life purpose, and lead a life purpose-led business, it isn't just going out there online and doing all of that work. It's who you be, and everyone that you contribute to in your light work and your lifestyle. So that was kind of mostly what I got from Cal Gray. And again, I'll listen to a book. And what I invite you to do, I love books, and I know, Kalina, you love books, and my audience love books. As an author myself, as a 4-time #1 bestselling author, a co-author of 3 books, and an author of my own book. And if you don't have my book, this what I'm sharing with you, this process of learning how to contribute and leading a life purpose-led business, a lot of people say, well, what is my purpose? I don't know what it is. I'm not really clear on my purpose, like as if their purpose is going to come to them. And I don't believe that. I believe that we discover really what our purpose is as we go through that darkness, as we go through our spiritual awakening. And our purpose comes to us in the trenches of service. And so that's why I teach showing up, speaking out, and serving deep, regardless if you're totally clear. The more you serve, the more you get clear on, this is my life purpose. This is the thing that I would love to do forever. And you don't get bored of it, and your creative mind doesn't take you out and make you jump onto the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. That's why I'm here consistently. So my book, The Spiritual YouTuber from Scratch, a soul-guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube, is I want to say my greatest contribution in my light work, because I never even would have imagined that I would even write a book. And having Erlen and dyslexia, and inside I've just opened the book and it says copy here, which is a word that needs to go. And I haven't even gone and altered that, edited that. But this book I'm really proud of, because not only is it my contribution to the world, but it's actually encompasses the work that I do and gives you an invitation into discovering your own life purpose and connecting the dots that you may have had over the years. It's just such a beautiful process. So if you haven't got the book, it's on Amazon. I will leave the link in the show notes in the description. I know that you've got the book and left me a review. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I want to get it into so many people's hands, and I know that you've shared it with many people as well. I appreciate that. So let's go into the episode on contribution. full Mondays, the frequency of contribution. Um, and something that Kyle Gray was talking about when I was listening to the Audible book is, again, and I challenge you to find a book on contribution that you love. If you want my book, then that's great. But I love authors, and he contributes in such a beautiful way. And he was saying about fear, and people say that, false evidence appearing real. And he says, forgive everyone and release, or something like that. Um, I he was talking about the vibration of fear and love, and that in the spiritual community we just say that everything is love, we are love, the essence of love, yes, and that fear is not real, but it's an emotion and a feeling that can take us out, that can be very present. And for many of my students, many of my clients, many of my readers, subscribers, the frequency of contributing and the frequency of freedom, the contribution freedom frequency, is very different from the lower vibration of fear. Right? And so when I talk about freedom and I say, how do you feel? We're moving up the emotional scale so that we have that level of freedom and the vibration of freedom to really get our gifts out in the world. And so it's not necessarily the absence of fear, but it's that not allowing fear to control whether we show up, speak out, and serve deep or not, especially as a spiritual YouTuber, especially showing up on camera. I say this all the time. People don't believe me. If you ask my teachers at school or my friends, they would absolutely confirm that. I was so shy. I was so painfully shy. I didn't contribute in the class. They said I only should contribute, like put your hand up and contribute in the class. I was terrified. I had a lot of fear. I was so self-conscious. But if you are vibrating at the level of fear and you don't want to show up on camera, you don't want to speak out, you don't want to get on the phone with the people that you are here to serve, you're vibrating at that level of fear. And usually the fear is coming from the space, for me anyway, is coming from the space of not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough, not feeling like you can add value, knowing that you know that you can, but the feeling of it, because either you've not served enough, you don't have clarity, you don't have confidence, or the systems and strategies around your life purpose-led business. And for me, in the book, that's what I share. When you get really clear, and everyone says to me, and Kalina, you say this, the dots are connecting. And I love contributing in that way of having a framework to give to you. There's a one-page plan in the book, having that framework to give to you to work from. It's not an easy fix. It's not a quick fix, and it will take time to implement what I'm sharing with you, but it will absolutely diminish that fear and have you travel up the emotional scale to a level of contribution, that freedom, contribution, freedom, frequency. And that's why I say that the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is about supporting you in raising your vibration. So how do you feel in terms of your contribution, how you're contributing in the world, right? One of the things that I do with my soul work is support you in getting clear on your vision. And I do that through my Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge. And I will leave a link in the show notes. There's a link already in the show notes, in the cards, in the description. I have a 7-day Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge. That is my contribution to you. I do that every second week in December annually, from the first Monday to Sunday. And I talk about contribution freedom and health freedom, emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. And I bring all of those areas into your contribution, because if you are to have life-work balance and lead a life purpose-led business, you can't actually ignore the other areas of your life. Because if you do, and you try and go out there and serve, and you don't feel whole, and you don't feel like you're working on the other areas of your life, say like, I don't know, your relationship is toxic, or just say that your relationship's toxic, stuff's happening behind closed doors, or say that you feel really depressed, or you feel really anxious, or you feel just less than in a particular area. When you go out and you're not working on it, when you go out there and you try and serve, you don't feel good enough because you've not worked on the other, or you're not working on the other areas of your life. And so my contribution, I needed to be in alignment and working on and aware of and not hiding. Like, I'm single. Sorry, I'm not single now. I was single. And so I wanted to manifest that on my vision board. Am I going to say that, I've got a really happy relationship and come out and be fake and show a highlight reel? No, I'm manifesting. Have I gone out on a ton of dates to manifest my guy? And yes. And has it been painful? Yes. But it doesn't make me less than going through and not leveling. Have I got a level of financial freedom that I want to have and experience? No. Have I got a million? No. But am I working towards it? Absolutely. And I think it's when we feel a certain way, or we feel fear, it's like, oh my gosh, people are going to know. They're going to know what's going on behind closed doors. And I think when we share what is going on for us, in not necessarily in just the moment, but we can reflect back over like a week's period and share that. So how do you feel in terms of your contribution? I rate my vibration every single day, and this is how I do it. I say, when you go through my spiritual business vision board challenge and bank 50K in 50 days challenge, I share this more really, really great detail. But I have what I call the soul legacy wheel. That's my contribution to you, right? It is similar to the wheel of life, but I call it a soul legacy wheel because, yes, we have life and we're living our life. But I wanted to frame my life in terms of leaving my legacy. And that for me feels like, yes, I'm living for me now, but I'm also living as we say, our ancestors. We are the ancestors of tomorrow. So how we move in the world and whatever we figure out and whatever we release or do not release, that's the legacy that we're passing down, right? And so the soul legacy wheel, I say rate your vibrational frequency between a 1 and 11 if you're in soul funk or soul flow. And so when we think of contributing, how are you contributing in terms of your life purpose led business? Are you doing that on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? I actually teach, Rich Kalini knows this. I teach to put your life, for living an intentional life, put your life, all of these 7 areas on your calendar and see, and it'll create, because I've got red on, and the different colors for the 7 freedoms for each day. When we think of how we're contributing on our health and our emotions and our relationships and our environment and our spirituality and our finances, when we put those on our calendar, we can see, oh, this is how I'm living. That is your legacy, and that is what you're contributing. Others are watching us. For me, my contribution, not only to you as a soul client, soul tribe, but actually my family, my daughter, my granddaughter, my partner, people are watching us, how we live. And if we feel a certain way, like we feel down about a certain area, or we don't feel in alignment about a certain area, chances are we're not actually making time or room for that in our week. So when we reflect back on the week, or you reflect back on your week, how have you been contributing? Is there one to three things that you can either do more of or do less than? And every single Monday, I will ask you the same question about your level of contribution. And the reason I do is because we drop off, or we get busy, or we get distracted, or something happens in life, and we're not consistently following through. So when you look back on this last week, how have you contributed? Have you done a video? Have you created a group? Have you done, I don't know, any calls? Have you been marketing? Have you been serving? Have you been doing your healing work? Have you been on a call with clients? Have you been writing? How are you growing your life purpose led business? How are you growing in terms of contributing in your lifestyle? For me, when I look back on this last week, I've got it on my calendar. So that's like either I'm doing it or I'm not doing it. It's very, very clear. Living an intentional life in alignment with my vision, in alignment with my values. And I raised my vibration in order to think, okay, this is how I want to live my life. And if I need to do a shift today, I actually shifted my calendar like about 15 minutes. I dropped it down. And I probably need to do it 10 minutes because when I got to do the live at 11:11, I was a couple of minutes. I went not late, like, but I want to be on time. It's just adjusting. But I'm basking in the routine. And when we create a routine and rituals for living an intentional life, it's not about pushing and pulling ourselves and beating ourselves up. It's about actually launching, leading, and leaving our soul legacy and segment intending our day, meaning flowing through our day with ease, grace, and flow. It isn't living intentionally for me is like, okay, well, how do I want to contribute in the world? Where am I contributing? And putting it on my calendar. So that becomes my soul work. And it becomes a thing that fuels my lifestyle that will bring me financial freedom. And if I'm not doing it, if I'm not contributing, I'm likely not receiving the financial freedom for that level of contribution. So Shamanic Soul Star TV says, I love living intentionally, living my life. The vision board has given me so much awareness of where I need to balance things out. Thank you. And so it does what it says on the tin. So and that's in the book, right? That's the book from the book. This was on my own vision board of how I want to contribute. And that's what I teach you guys. And again, the challenge, it's a 7-day challenge. It's probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours each day for a whole entire week. And it's about raising your vibrational frequency. And there will be people that say, I don't have time. You don't not have time to do it because the universe will meet the vibrational frequency that you are at. And if you are not clear with your level of contribution, if you are not clear on the level of health and what freedom looks like to you, if you are not clear on how you want to feel, if you're not clear on the environments that you want to be in, if you are not clear on the relationship with you and others, if you are not clear on your connection, and know that you're not even like this human experience, you're looking at the world through your soul lens, so you don't even say I don't have time, because like for real. And if you are not clear on the money, right, if you're not aligning, then you will not be experiencing what it is that you want to manifest. It's simple, hands down. That's not me. That's the way that the universe works. Shamanic Soul Star TV says, having accountability with you is a game changer. Thank you so much. And that's my contribution. And for those of you who don't know yet, we're working together and we've been working one-on-one, which I don't do and I haven't done for years. Literally haven't done, unless I do a VIP day, because I love them. I gift my time. I do work one-on-one. That's not completely true, but I don't do like a course of one-on-one. And I definitely don't do one-on-one each week. I've done one-on-ones when I first developed the intentional living codes, Chase the Financial Freedom Frequency, as my soul signature system. When I was in union with my twin flame, we wanted to balance things out. We wanted to merge our life, right? And now I'm with my partner, my future husband, is like, we're going to balance. And I didn't ask him for that. He's like, well, it makes sense. And I was like, yes. And then we'll teach it, right? Or I will teach it. And so merging our life and figuring things out and balancing things out. I did one-on-one with a guy and a one-on-one with a lady as well. And we did 6 months. The guy, we did 6 months. I think the lady, we did like a few months, like 3 months. And I've got testimonials on the Soul Legacy Academy for that. If you go to the bootcamp page, the testimonials are for that. And both of them and they were the first people that I took through. And the guy, Juan Carlos, he said, he had 4 hours of his day. He took 4 hours of his day back from living an intentional life because he could see we got this calendar out. And it's like, what are you doing in the morning? How do you want to feel? How do you want to birth your day? How do you want to launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day? Where do you want to contribute? And they helped me so much in refining that. And I haven't done it one-on-one since. I do the group call, the Seven Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym. And then coming offline and then coming back online, and our connection, Kalini, it just lit me up and I had to say yes. And I'm so grateful because it's had me pause and really define and refine my contribution in the world. And it's been a game changer for me. And that's what I say, right? Let me put that back on there, right? So you say having the accountability with you is a game changer. As a spiritual entrepreneur, as a service-based business owner, a light worker, when you do your work in the world and you serve, it's for you too. Yes, your clients get and your students get what they need from you. But if you do the work, you get that accountability to show up, speak out, and serve deep. You get to hone your gifts and your skills. And that's why I say it's in the trenches. You've helped me like so much. I always say this, it's not a one-way exchange. And I say that we have as part of our contribution, having two-way testimonials, and you've given me a testimonial from just out at the beginning work, right? It's massive, absolutely huge. If you have fear or doubt or worry or imposter syndrome and you don't feel worthy of serving, I invite you to my masterclass. I invite you to read the book. I invite you to come and work with me. I invite you to, just get out of your own way, because it's time, and having that accountability. I have that on the Seven Freedoms Frequency call-in gym, and we're booked in. You're booked in for that, which I'm excited about, because you'll have me in the business sense, but you'll have me on the Seven Freedoms Frequency call-in gym in terms of light work and lifestyle. It's massive. I love doing those calls. I'm just getting them back up and running as I grow into the contribution after being offline for so long. It's just beautiful. So how you feel, rate between a 1 and 11. Do that every single day with me. Journal about it. If you write down your vibrational frequency, so funk being 1, so flow, connection, higher self, 11. Wherever you're vibrating, mine is an 11. And just you being here, mine is an 11, right? And so when you do that, when you mark in your journal, Contribution Freedom Monday, CFM equals 11, or whatever vibrational frequency it is, just go with your gut, no right or wrong. Then notice what it is that you are doing in order to be at that vibrational frequency, and do more of that over the next week. Look at back from last Monday to this Monday. What have you been doing to feel at an 11? And if you feel you don't get a 1 because you're breathing, but when you rate and say it's a 5, it's like, what's lowering your vibration and how can you raise it? What are the 1 to 2 things or 3 things that you can do more of or let go of, right? So I talk about how you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day. It's a visual. And again, if you do the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge, it's a game changer. That's where I start. So Colleen says, I love the beautiful domino effect of the intentional living codes and actually serving that energy exchange. It's a fair energy exchange. It's a beautiful dance. I love serving. There was a time where I had fear around my life purpose. I teach from that space because I had a fear of failure. I had a fear of selling, and I had a fear of success. And it's just not the best place to build your business from. And all of my work serves from that space, that I speak into that space because I was there. When I was going through my awakening, I was at that level of fear, and I was on the lower vibrational frequency, and I had to move up the emotional scale and learn how. And I knew that consistency was massive. Let's talk about, so we've talked about our vision, we talked about our rating, and we're going to add those up at the end of the week. We've talked about our vibration, talking about your values, being in alignment with your values. And I share that on the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge and in the Seven Freedoms Frequency call-in gym. And if you want to know how to get into the call-in gym, it is only for students. It's for masterminders and boot campers. When I invite you to my masterclass for spiritual biz YouTubers and Bank 50K 50 Days Challenge, then I'll share how you get that as a bonus. It's a $77 value, and I absolutely love it. It is a game changer. It's a game changer for me, and it's definitely a game changer for my students. I love the domino effect. All right. Rating your vibration, values. The reason why I do that call is because for me, it's out of alignment, it's out of integrity if we just focus on one thing. I know that it takes all of the things to feel in harmony and to align your movement, your message, and your money, which is what I talk about in my book. I'm just looking at my journal. Done that. We're going to express gratitude. Then I'm going to share with you the card for today. We talked about the book already. And then I'm going to invite you to the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge. How about that? I want to respect your time. All right. So, yeah, gratitude first. All right. So, part of the Seven Freedoms Frequency YouTube podcast is, again, living an intentional life, but raising your vibrational frequency on a daily basis, right? And this is the way that I do, I call soul speaking into existence, the way that I do gratitude. I say, I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I appreciate every single day without fail. Right. If I'm not on this YouTube podcast, I'm saying it anyway. I'm doing it anyway. It's in my mind, in my thought. It's just a habit, right? We're creating habits, routines, and rituals to raise our vibration. Whatever that looks like for you, it might not look the same for you as it does for me, but this is a framework for you to use. Whether you do your journal, whether you come on live with me, I challenge you to commit to living an intentional life for 49 days straight. And if you drop off, start again. All right. So express gratitude. And again, you can write this down in your journal. I soul speak it into existence. I don't tend to write it all down in my journal now because it would just be double doing it. I just turn my journaling process and my visualization into my marketing. So here we go. This is my gratitude rock stone, whatever you want to call it. My daughter gave me this, and I say that every single day because I bring her energy in with me. My children and I used to say gratitude on this stone. I've said it with partners in the past. You can do it with your family. You do it with friends. Do it with whoever is in your life. Do it with your clients. And what we do is we say, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. We want to experience and feel all of those things. You can't feel fear and gratitude, right, at the same time. It just doesn't work like that. So therefore, you're elevating and raising your vibrational frequency in that moment and launching rockets of desire, as Abraham Hicks said. So we may think, oh, well, Iona, I don't have that much to be grateful for, especially in not all areas of my life. I can think of a couple of things. So this is where we bring in the past, because I know that you're grateful. You were born, right? And know that you're grateful for some experiences today. So you can repeat the same things. It doesn't matter. You can think of new things. It doesn't matter. Something in the past, something in the present, or something in the predicted future. Something that's going on for you now that you can feel, I'm really happy and grateful and appreciate that. Like, yeah, if you do not acknowledge the things that are in your life, we know as a universal law, if we're not expressing that gratitude and acknowledging it, the universe is going to be like, yeah, dude, whatever. Just, do you know what I mean? It's like being grateful and it's like saying, yes, more of that, please. If we're thinking of something in our future, that is for me, the vision board. And so in order for that, before it manifests, in order for that to manifest in your vision board, you've got to be at vibrational match to it. That vision, your values being in alignment, live in alignment with your values now, and that raises your vibration. If you cannot see yourself doing the things, experiencing the things on your vision board, like really going for it, then they're not going to manifest. They just don't. Even if it's in your awareness, subconsciously or consciously, whatever, got to think and feel that, right? Or something similar, and then more comes in. All of the things that I've been manifesting since doing the vision board challenge is because I'm doing this process. So trust it is what I want to say. So I'm happy. I say I'm happy and grateful, and I bring in all of the areas for living an intentional life. So contribution, freedom, health, emotions, environment, relationships, spirituality, and finances. And I will actually have a journal that lays these out more. I wanted to see the process that I continuously did and leave out the fluff. Right now, this is a blank notebook, right? And then I write in it. I might leave it blank, or I might just do like templates and stuff for you guys. I don't know. But anyway, all right. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate contribution freedom. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the contribution that I'm able to have with you, Kalini. And just every time I see your Shamanic Soul Star TV, Cosmic Inner. Sorry. The alarm. Hang on. Stay there. The alarm's going to go off if I don't swipe it. Okay. We're there and we're back. Can you hear me? My alarm says my orientation call into my boot camp and my mastermind. And it's like, okay, it's giving me an alarm for that. Can you hear me? So whenever I see your YouTube channel coming up on the screen, Shamanic Soul Star TV, Cosmic Inner Healing, I'm like, yes, it just lights me up, because my work, part of my soul work, which many people shy away from doing the YouTube. I can't wait to have more YouTube channels come up as a result of this book. But it's my contribution to working with my soul tribe and my students. And I'll have more people like coming out from behind closed doors and not hiding, doing their work, doing their shadow work, all the things. But my level of contribution, I'm really happy and appreciate that I had an idea. We know that ideas are thoughts, are feelings, but I've followed through and I've taken soul guided action to learn something myself and then give back and put it into a book. So I'm really happy and grateful and appreciate that process, and that you've been here meeting me where we need to be in order to actually birth our work in the world. So thank you. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my health. Oh, goodness, it's off the charts. Like my emotional health, my physical health, my environmental health, my social health, my spiritual health, off the charts, literally. The thing that came to mind, I was like, okay, well, you'll sleep. I was up in the middle of the night and I was talking to my dude, because usually he works nights, and I woke up and it feels like just there you are. And we were talking about stuff and I was like, wow, emotionally. So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my health. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate emotional freedom, the level of vulnerability and the level of emotions and the level of rawness and real, and just being ourselves coming into our relationship and our union. It's just absolutely amazing. And being able to share the Seven Freedoms frequency with him, part of my calling is to do that with couples in relationship, and living that again, because I was in union with my twin flame when I discovered all of this intentional living codes. Doing that again and talking about emotions and that vulnerability, I'm so happy and grateful and appreciate having that in my life again in a way that is absolutely blowing my mind. Absolutely blowing my mind. I'm so happy. But it's not by accident. It's intentional. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my environment. My phone, like, look at it. Like, look, just being able to serve. It's just beautiful. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my phone. And I remember wanting an iPhone, and now I've had, I don't know how many I've had, but like, you know, and I wanted a Mac, and I wanted, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you like sat on that vision, it's like, I wanted an iPhone, and I got my first iPhone, and I was so grateful. And then you're like, kind of, yeah, it's the norm. I love my iPhone. I love it. And I'm happy and grateful and appreciate relationships. I will say that I'm happy and grateful and appreciate, obviously, my dude and being in relationship with him, but actually being in relationship and merging, starting to merge the people that are around us and make them aware of our relationship, and knowing I'm really looking forward to building and forging relationships with each other's friends and family and stuff. That's one of the things that I put on my vision board. And I'm really happy and grateful for those relationships just being really beautiful, and having the invitation to merge that is awesome. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate, and that brings that contribution as well, because how I am and who I be matters, right? I'm happy and grateful and appreciate spiritual freedom. Oh my goodness, the universe is just amazing. Just being aware of the universal laws and following my soul guidance. I'm like, wow, thank you, universe, for showing me the way. And thank you for just the energy, like just knowing that we're energy is just incredible, really incredible. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate financial freedom. I did was it this morning? I think it was this morning. Was that yet? Yeah, I think it was this morning. I did a screenshot of the expenses that had gone out over the, I think it was yesterday or the day before, active campaign, which is to support me in building my call list and my Soul Tribe, which I'm fully going to step into this year. StreamYard, TubeBuddy, and TubeSift, all of them came out like around the same time, and I'm just like, I don't know, I think it was like £70 or something like that, and I'm like, I'm super happy and grateful for that, for the people that actually have created those tools that I don't have to create. And I'm like, wow, you know, it's beautiful. And I'm happy and grateful and appreciate financial freedom for my lifestyle. My godson's mum, one of my best friends, she passed a few years ago, and so now all of her children are like my god babies, right? They're grown, and being able to support her daughter in a way that just truly lights me up, and to be able to be there is phenomenal. Just absolutely phenomenal. And just knowing that I can be a constant, because I've always had my mum as backup and my dad, but I had my mum. My mum is like, my mum's my go-to. I'm like, Mom, and she's like, what? But you know, when somebody hasn't got that, it's freaking huge. And so to be able to be that source, and my soul daughter as well, yeah, it's massive, absolutely massive. So that's my gratitude. What does your gratitude look like? Like, just being grateful, noticing what's been going on for you, in acknowledging it. And I share it because, one, I want you to get to know me as my level of contribution. This is my marketing. And what you'll realize, what you'll come to realize if you don't already know, is leading a life purpose-led business is about being all of you and not hiding you and pretending to be a version of you so that you can get people to pay you for a fraud version of you. Like, when you're feeling like you're a fraud, you're being fake as fuck. I'm sorry, but it's true. Like, you don't feel like a fraud or fake if you're walking your talk and you're just being all of you. Even if you haven't got everything down, if you're speaking about it and sharing about it and being honest and open and real and being in alignment with your values, you're good to go. Like, it just comes across really harsh, but I don't care. It is what it is. That's just me. Right. Let me pull the card, and then I'll invite you to we'll do the soul income game, and then I'll invite you to the bank 50k in 50 days. And the soul income game is about contributing in the world and receiving financial freedom, and being good with that, and knowing that, you know, when you receive it, you're expressing gratitude, and you can make a difference to the loved ones that are in your life, and you can make a difference in your business. And you can say, yes, there's many of my students and clients over the time are like, yeah, I can't get that tool. I can't get that tool. I don't have this money for that tool. It's like, we've got to learn to serve so that we can have the tools, we can have the online calendar, we have systems, and we can automate our business. Hopefully that makes sense. And I will stop preaching. All right. So the card for today, again, Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. Love him. Thank you, Kyle Gray. Artwork by Lily Moses. This is the card for today. Hang on. The Holy Spirit. Expect miracles. So I was listening to, again, his book, The Warrior, I think it's called. It's either Warrior or The Warrior. And so listening to him and then coming, just amazing. All right. Remember, so the Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. He was debunking a lot of myths that people say about the shadows and the dark and demons and dark energies and all the things. I was like, he's the first person that I've heard to talk about things in that way, that I have always felt that people that have always told me different. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize that I'd believed the things that I didn't think I believed. Because when he said it, I was like, well, that's not true. But it's something that I've always believed, but being told, no, this is real, that's real, that, you know, scary stuff, that really is energy. It's just all energy. So Spirit has your back. About, according to the spiritual text, A Course of Miracles, which he mentioned actually, and I have a course made easy, I think it's called.
A Course in Miracles Made Easy, which I will listen to on Spiritual Freedom Saturday, actually. That's calling me. The Holy Spirit meditates. Does it say meditates or mediates? Meditate. Yeah, meditates between illusion and truth. It's the essence. I've got to learn dyslexia, forgive me. It's the essence that allows us to move beyond the illusion of fear or the illusions that our fear has created. It's the holiest light of truth and love that we can ever experience as an aspect of our truest self, the self that never separates from God. When it appears in a reading, prepare for the miraculous extended message. Expect the unexpected. Expect miracles. A real turnaround is possible now. Angels are dancing around you. Leave behind thoughts, memories, and feelings that are no longer serving you. And remember that the love that you are. Move into your heart and allow that love to shine into the world. Then miracles can happen. And I will say that the conversation in the middle of the night was about that loving energy. And when I was in London, I was like, when I'm dating, I realized that it wasn't the love that I was looking for anymore. That was that sparky love of 1 minute I love you and the next minute I don't. It's lust and whatever that is. Like, that wasn't the relationship that I wanted to have. It wasn't the feeling that I was going for, because I'd learned so much and I love me. So it's like, I wasn't in that desperate state of come and fill me up, do you know what I mean? Like, pour love on me so I feel a certain type of way. It's like, no, I'm good. I feel whole. And my partner felt whole and happy. And it's like that loving energy that we exchange is just pure. And it's like, oh, wow. So this is just always on point. All right. Done gratitude, done launching, leading it, and leaving your day. We're going to do the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge vibrationally first. And again, I invite you to do it with me in the physical, because why would you not? As a life purpose, leading a life purpose-led business as a light worker, we want to be out birthing our gifts, doing the healing and the shadow work and all the things. Kalini's going to help you at the Shamanic Soul Star TV, Cosmic Inner Healing. If you have not subscribed to her channel, then do subscribe, because she's going to be uploading videos along with my help to support you, and having a monthly call called the Cosmic Inner Wisdom. Cosmic Inner Wisdom, is it Cosmic Inner Wisdom? It's just a Cosmic Inner Wisdom call, isn't it? Not Cosmic Inner Healing. So Shamanic Soul Stars TV says, love this. Reminds me of my favorite saying, never quit before the miracle appears. Ooh, that's big. Who said that? That's huge. Yeah, never quit before I don't have quit in me. My daughter actually gave me, I don't know where it is. I've got it somewhere. It might be in storage. She wrote on a card, and it's in the Think and Grow Rich book, I believe. Winners, I say it on my masterclass, winners never quit and quitters never win. And she gave me that. She wrote it, and I was like, yum. I was like, dude, she knows. She's 21 now, but yeah, winners never quit and quitters never win. We don't quit. We just move in a different, we just keep going, but we just adapt and adjust and pause and do whatever we need. So yeah, never quit before the miracle appears. Yeah. And the miracle is that shift in that consciousness. The miracle happens every single day. And I talk about that in the journaling. Cosmic Inner Wisdom Call. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Cosmic Inner Wisdom Call, the first Sunday of the month at 8 p.m. UK time, right? I got that. I'm sure I did. Let me know, and then I'll shout you out even more. Yeah, I will be on it. I think I'm scheduled on it. I've got to put it on my online calendar, actually, which I haven't. Mm-hmm. See, this is for me. I put it in here in my journal. Yeah, schedule, because we do. First Sunday of the month, 8 p.m. UK time. Cosmic Inner Wisdom Call. Yes! because we have calls to conversation for our community. I'm going to leave that up there. All right, Bank 50K in 50 days. All right, so this is the Soul Legacy Journal, right? The Spiritual Awakening Stories of 365. This is the most magical, epic journal ever. As the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy and host of the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, I wanted to support you in going through your spiritual awakening, being aware that actually when you lead a life purpose-led business, you don't do everything for free. Because when you do everything for free, it comes from a lower vibration of fear and lack, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of all those things, right? Yes, March 3rd, 8 p.m. UK time. So the first one is the 3rd of March. Our call for the spiritual women, entrepreneurs and light workers free monthly networking call to come and co-create and collaborate is on the first Monday of the month. So we've got 2 calls, and I love that you've done that in that way, because it's like epic. I can invite people to that. I'm really looking forward to it. So 8 p.m. UK time. We're talking about insight, inner wisdom, inner power, intuition. we did the whole, yeah, I love it. Yay! All right, so when we're journaling the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge, I want you to feel into this. I want you to feel into banking 50K in 50 days, birthing your light work through creating a community and a soul tribe. If you do not have an aligned soul tribe around you, you might as well just forget it. So people say, go out there and build a list. I say, go out and build a legacy. People say, give a call to action. I say, give a call to conversation. That you're having conversations. So we want to build up our soul tribe. And that's the way that Kalini is going to build her soul tribe up. And that's the way that I'm building my soul tribe up, is to have that conversation. Now, we want to serve, but we want to serve our soul clients in a way, and I talked about this yesterday on Financial Freedom Sundays. We want to serve our soul clients in a way that whether people buy from us or not, we're still serving. We're still showing up, speaking out and serving deep. However, there's a level of, in our soul tribe, we've got our soul niche and we've got our soul clients. We are doing our clients a disservice if we don't write the book and allow them to purchase the book. And if we don't create a course which is affordable, that some people can afford, that can't afford to invest with you deeper. But if we don't ever create services to take people away from just the free, then we don't have a life purpose-led business, right? So the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge in this journal, the idea is that it gives you £1,000, dollars or euros every single day, right, to spend. So this is my contribution to you, to spend the vibrational money first. Everything happens vibrationally, energetically first. Intuition, insight, and inner power. Yes, thank you. Intuition. Although in that guidance, that insight and inner power. Woo, woo. So we want to spend this vibrational money. So what would you spend it on? If I gave you £1,000, dollars or euros every single day, what would you spend it on? Now, there are rules to this game. I call it the soul income game. And I play this with my students, right? And so we're here. Yes, you have the lifestyle, the 7 Freedoms Frequency call-in gym. In order to afford that lifestyle that's on your vision board, you've got to actually have financial freedom, some level of finances, right? So I covered the lifestyle. In order for you to have the lifestyle, you've got to birth the light work, which means you're birthing the light work to the degree of you would pay for your light work. It's not that you offer scrappy stuff in the world. You offer 10 times the value that you ever ask anyone to invest. That's how I teach you to build your business. So spend your vibrational money voucher. What are you spending it on? In fair energy exchange of being the light worker, service-based business owner, spiritual entrepreneur who is birthing your gifts. Think of it as soul client income. You've given your gifts out there. You're visualizing being in service to your soul tribe. When you receive the money, who will you be? What will you spend the money on? When you realize that actually, when I do my work and I receive the money, I actually can spend it on experiences, memories, legacy, right? That you have that on your vision board. So spend the vibrational money voucher on the things that are on your vision board every single day. If you don't want to Do it like in detail every single day. Carry the vibrational money voucher over to the next day, but you have to spend it by Sunday. That's 7K in a week. If you don't spend it on Sunday, you'll lose it. You snooze, you lose, right? So the rules to this game is tithing 10%, right? And I talked about tithing yesterday from the Prosperity Consciousness book by Frederick Lerman and the energy around that. Tithe 10% to a worthy cause. My worthy cause is welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you are new to me, tithing 10% is to a worthy cause. My worthy cause is Compassionate Friends. It's a charity for bereaved parents because I am one. I dedicate my work to my son, Daniel Samuel Meade. And so that just helps me be the version of me, be the Iona Meade that I want to be. It's about giving back. Part of our life purpose is giving back, right? And so when I serve my clients, I'm actually giving back. Is not just receiving the money because I'm greedy and we've got all these stories about the money. We know that. So actually, the more you receive, the more you can actually spread light in the world. And that's why I'm saying that money does not have to be the root of all evil, right? It can be the root of birthing more light in the world. And so if we as light workers have it in our hands, if we as light workers come and use it and transmute that energy. So tithe 10%, come from the space when you spend the money, right? When you spend the vibrational money, spend it in a way that feels free, not restrictive, like, oh gosh, I'm spending this money. Have fun with it. Come from the space that all your bills are paid, all of your savings are done, and your taxes are done as well. Like everything's done, you're free. This is plain money. What would you purchase? What experiences? What would you go out there and actually go online, offline, whatever, throughout the day? When you see something, buy it. You know, like when you're like, oh, well, I would love that. I don't have the money. Buy it, purchase it with your vibrational money voucher, write it down in your journal. It's such a magical, beautiful process that shifts the energy of lack. It raises your vibrational frequency on all areas of your life because it raises the vibrational frequency on your contribution, on your health. It would say it was food, organic food, right? I couldn't afford organic food. And I just realized actually as I'm eating and as I'm feeling my body, it's like, oh, that's organic, that's organic. There was a time where I couldn't even afford to eat. Like, I'm serious, like for real, right? And so we're purchasing all day long. So wherever you're going into the shops, when you go into the shop and you're adding all the things up and you're like, I better put that back or blah, blah, blah. Bask, take this energy everywhere you go. Put the things paid. It's already paid, already done, right? Deal? Let me know in the Spiritual Business Vision Board group what you're spending your vibrational money on. Buddy up with the student in there. Do your vision board. Play your vision board. I'm about to go and play mine after this live. Play your vision board. I teach you how to create a vision board on Canva and a video montage. It's like a 30-second. Play it, bask in it, be in vibrational alignment with it. Then when you've done your vibrational work, come to my Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass on the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. And I will share with you how you can take that same energy and put it into your life purpose-led business, how you can speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying soul clients online with ease, grace, and flow, one-to-many. So you're moving out of contributing in the world just one-to-one. You do one-to-one at first if you want to, and if you are practicing, but birth it in the way and make an offer to actually bank 50K in 50 days. You've got to make an offer in your business to serve in order to receive that money. And what I say is create an enrollment spot in your business, meaning that when you are going out there and you're speaking, you're showing up, speaking out, serving deep, you are inviting people into your world through a process, through what I call your soul signature system. It's such a beautiful, it's honestly, I'm like in awe of my own system. I love it. I talk about it in the book. Again, Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul guided influencers compass to leverage your Lightwork and Lifestyle on YouTube. Like, why would you want the money? Because you want the lifestyle where we're only here once on this earthly plane in this lifetime. No, in this lifetime, not on this earthly plane, in this lifetime. you don't know what you're going to be doing the next lifetime around. You don't know. We're doing it now. So like, don't put it off. Don't go, oh, well, I don't deserve. I'll wait until. No, we're here for a reason. And you are launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy, whether you decide to do it intentionally or not. Still a decision. It's unintentional. If you're here, I know you've got gifts. I know you want to contribute. I know you're super talented. I know you're super driven. Fear might be kind of getting in the way. We've raised our vibration. That's going to help you. Trust me, that is it for this episode, the Contribution Freedom Monday on the Seven Freedoms Frequency YouTube podcast with me, Iona Meade. I've loved creating this episode. Again, it's just me showing up, speaking out and serving deep and sharing what's going on for me. Hopefully it's inspired you even a little bit. Please do share this out. Come back on Monday and share with me how you're contributing in the world, how you feel about your contribution. If you've shifted your energy, I would love to know. Come onto the monthly call. My monthly call, again, for spiritual women, entrepreneurs and light workers. It's a free monthly networking call to come and create, connect, co-create and collaborate in what I call joint vision partnerships. When you get clear on your vision, then other people will be happy to share what it is that you do, share your contribution, share your gifts with the world, right? If you're showing up shabby, like, don't do that. That's why I share, like, with everyone, okay, let's get your house in order, right? So we can come together and collaborate together. I love it. And again, subscribe to the Shamanic Soul Star TV, Cosmic Inner Healing with Kalini, all right? So that is it for today's episode. Again, I will be back tomorrow for Health Freedom Tuesday. As you're birthing your gifts in the world, we want to be taking care of ourselves, right? We want to manifest all areas on our spiritual business vision board. Again, all the links will be in the show notes and the description. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Invite other people in. Invite other people into the call as well. Help me, support me in sharing this message, please. I would love, 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 love that. So again, share your gifts, shine your light, because you are born to serve. Here's to showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. Be blessed in your soul purpose, Clean. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, this power hour, this intentional hour, I will call it. It's been a lot of fun. All right, take care.